Channel 6 wants to treat you to lunch. Enter to win a meal for up to 10 people at Tropical Smoothie Cafe. Who says there's no such thing as a free lunch? So what are you waiting for? Sign up today at WJBF.com/lunchbunch.
Go with the most accurate and most trusted, the Live Viper 6 mobile app. Download it today.
Be the first to know with the Live Viper 6 mobile app.
Time and temperature, brought to you by your local Honda dealer. Get clear, accurate stories that don't waste your time at WJBF.com.
Right now on News Channel 6 at 4, the push from the House of Representatives to protect services at Eisenhower Medical. Plus, what safeguards are in place for foster children in South Carolina. We're taking a closer look. And could advanced technology change the way we live and work? In today's Cyber Insider, we're digging deeper into what one CEO is calling a major milestone. Your News at 4 starts right now.
Live from Television Park, this is WJBF News Channel 6 at 4.
Good afternoon. I am Sean Cabbage. Thank you for joining us. Brad and Jenny are off tonight. Coverage you can count on begins with the death of 13-year-old Daryl Lowry. Is raising questions about foster care protections in the Palmetto State. Daryl was from Chester, South Carolina. He died July 20th after an altercation in Modoc Shores at McCormick County. He was in the state's foster care system at the time of his death. SLED arrested 2 foster teens in connection with the incident.
The entire family is hurting. He was a well-loved child amongst his entire family, both sides of his family. And for him to be taken away, they're visibly devastated. This is something unimaginable. I mean, it's too much. It's too much for them.
Daryl's family is being represented by Columbia attorney Tyler Bailey. He's conducting an independent review of foster care oversight. The South Carolina Department of Social Services oversees the state's foster care system, including child placements. The FBI wants to keep students safe this school year. Today, agents share security issues and recommendations students and parents should be mindful of. Agents say things like constant scrolling online can be damaging to the mental health of children. They're also provided best practices for online safety, covering the rise of sextortion cases, and the dangers of posting school pictures.
Sometimes we will see parents post not only the child's age, but their grade, their teacher's name, and then they'll stand right in front of their house and you can see the numbers on their house in the background. Or they'll post a picture where it's the child and you see the cross street of the bus stop. So we have to be mindful of what we're posting. I'm all for back to school photos, but just limit some of the information to keep our kids safe.
Investigators say there's no reason to live with fear that something bad will happen, but it's always best to be prepared. Artificial intelligence can be a great tool for children, but it is important that they use it safely. Here's Alex Stone.
A recent JAMA study found a third of U.S. youth from ages 4 to 17 years old use AI. AI can promote healthy development by helping kids brainstorm, create, and summarize. However, it can also be dangerous if the correct precautions aren't taken. According to the American Psychological Association, there are several ways for parents to help their kids use AI carefully. Firstly, you should talk to your children about AI. Help them understand that chatbots should not be replacing their human connections. Parents can also create age-appropriate changes in the settings. They're usually defaults involving content and privacy, which parents can revise. Even simply reminding children not all AI-generated content is accurate and can contain misinformation is constructive. By understanding both the benefits and risks of AI, everyone can use it to its full potential. With this Medical Minute, I'm Alex Stone.
Meanwhile, OpenAI CEO, he's Sam Altman. He has a message. Time for a quick check of the forecast with Chief Meteorologist Jennifer Tracci. Hey, Jen.
Hey, Sean. It's a typical summertime day, so it's hot, it's humid, and I am tracking some isolated storms. Nothing severe at this time, but we do have the possibility of some severe weather later on this evening. Notice we actually do have a special weather statement now for Glasscock County, also a portion of northern Washington County, southern Warren County as well, and even into northwestern Jefferson County. But the heaviest rainfall and where we have the threat of up to pea-sized hail and frequent cloudy ground lightning is in Glasscock County. The special weather statement is just for about 10 more minutes. We also have the possibility of up to 40-mile-per-hour wind gusts within that cell. But this is our Terry Lambert Hyundai Skyview Cam. Dry conditions at the lake, just some clouds. And we have those winds coming out of the west. Those winds right now are only up to around 6 miles per hour in Augusta, 11 in Evans, 10 in Thompson. And as for the temperatures, like I mentioned, it is hot, but still not as hot as it could be. We're actually sitting at 89 in Augusta, 92 in Aiken, 91 in Barnwell. So sitting a few degrees below average in some spots. Hotter in Wrightsville, though, at 94, 92 in Lincolnton. And when you factor in the humidity, it is feeling like up to around 100 degrees pretty much across the board. So for the rest of our early evening hours, we will still be tracking those hit or miss showers and storms. Augusta will be in the upper 80s to low 90s over the next few hours. And then as we look ahead here, rain chances are very limited on Tuesday and Wednesday, with the main story being the heat and humidity. We do have a heat advisory tomorrow, and I'll have more details on that coming up. But back to you, Sean.
And as always, Jenna, thank you. Questions continue about the future of Eisenhower Army Medical Center. As Jartavius, thank you. Emmanuel Medical Center in Swainsboro expanding its cardiac and pulmonary services thanks to a grant from Georgia's Wool Center. In Emmanuel County, the obesity rate sits at 50%. The diabetes rate is at 14%. Both conditions cause major cardiovascular diseases. A $110,000 grant from Georgia's Wool Center will allow the medical center to get new technology and equipment.
Well, just keeping up with the technology advances is really important for rural hospitals. A lot of times we don't have the capital necessary to keep up with the changes in the medical technology. So these grants enable us to stay current and to have the newest, best equipment available to make sure we can treat patients correctly.
So we don't want rural Georgia to be left behind. So anything we can do to help, particularly as it relates to cardiovascular and bronchial type investments in those communities, that's so important.
And the new equipment will make sure folks don't have to travel long distances for cardiovascular care. Well, tomorrow on Jenny, a fascinating look at the career path of consultant and business podcaster Diane Baker. Deanne Baker is a former global executive at Walmart. As Senior Vice President of Apparel, she was responsible for U.S. Walmart stores' total clothing business for years. After 3 decades, she retired and founded her own consulting business. Now she's sharing what she learned from other women, the importance of mentoring to knowing your own worth.
It's harder, I think, as a woman.
Still, I would say for the longest time, I didn't feel I was ready for the next gig until I knew it 100%. And that's really not right. That's really not right. You should lean in, have faith in yourself that you're going to figure it out.
And fake it till you make it.
And then a little fake it till you make it. Again, there's people that want to help you. There's people that want to help you on your journey. And through that, you will gain self-confidence and you'll know your own worth. And then you won't let anyone take it away from you.
I love that. I love that.
Have faith in yourself. Yes, indeed. Deanne shares lessons learned from her 30-year career with corporate Walmart, a job that took her around the world and eventually led to her own podcast and consulting business. Tomorrow, 12:30 on Jenny. In Georgia, the Chattahoochee County School District's 4-day school week has other school systems considering switching to this model. The Chattahoochee is about 50 miles south of Chattanooga, Tennessee. Teachers there have extra instructional time with students throughout the school day. And according to the superintendent, the 4-day school week was originally adopted to save money. More than a decade later, it helped improve morale, academic performance, and reduce discipline issues. 5 or 6 school districts within the state of Georgia over the last 2 have asked the county for their data. No word if there are any from our area. Coming up, making history, the milestone Corey Hyam achieved by winning the Brickyard 400 as a part-time driver.
Next ET, Marvel's Comic-Con comeback. Out front row seat for all the doom and gloom.
New mask, same task.
Then,
I'm Emmy Rossum, and this is my ET Then and Now.
Next ET.
Monday night at 7:30 on News Channel 6.
Keep up with the weather in your hometown with the live Viber 6 Neighborhood Network.
The advanced power of Tempest weather stations allows us to give you real-time hyper-local data.
The live Viber 6 Neighborhood Network, powered by Tempest.
A drunk driver comes down the road. I didn't even see him, and my car was knocked from my driveway clean across my property. When I was in the hospital, I knew I needed someone to fight for me and help me get answers, and that's why my first call was to George Sink. They got someone out to the house within 2 hours. There was one thing that gave me stability, and it was George Sink Injury Lawyers. They gave me peace when I didn't have any and made me feel at ease.
Think you've seen everything on your favorite TV show? Hazel's sure a take-charge maid.
It ain't all hors d'oeuvres and good-looking butlers, you know.
Always getting a head start on things in the Baxter household.
Hazel!
Literally. Hazel seems to run head first whenever she feels the need to rush. Maybe she was a track star in her early days. Take a closer look at Antenna TV.
Antenna TV. Since 1975, you
need something that's gonna make this a can't miss event. Something catchy.
You're the real deal.
And here we go. His first career victory. Now that's football.
Welcome to NXT. Let's play Trivial Pursuit.
Time for Starbucks.
Welcome to Blood.
I'm very sorry for what I've done tonight.
The racing capital of the world is celebrating a new winner for this year's Brickyard 400. 24-year-old Corey Haim is the youngest since Jeff Gordon in 1994. Here's Dave Griffiths.
The celebration kicked off as soon as Corey Haim rounded the final corner of the Brickyard 400, and behind me you can see the remnants of that revelry. They are all packed up and ready to go now, but Corey Haim will leave Indianapolis as the Brickyard 400 champion.
We just did everything right today. I mean, that's what happens when you execute well here. It's not an easy place to execute well at. This is a very challenging racetrack, but we truly did everything right, so that was amazing.
The Xfinity cars race really good. The Cup cars, it's just tough. It's just tough, and everybody knows that. You know, it's the same for everybody, so it becomes an execution race. The 67 executed well.
It just seems like how we are here at Indy. We've been so solid here, consistently up front, consistently having chances to win, and no making out with the bricks yet. So want to get there.
Across the yard of bricks here as a Brickyard 400 champion on this course with the history of this place. What are the emotions going through in that moment?
Yeah, just it hasn't really even sunk in yet, to be honest with you. It's a surreal feeling, and just so blessed to even be in this position right now. And this is seriously a great dream come true. So I'm just so grateful.
He may just be a part-time driver in the NASCAR Cup Series this year, but he has a pair of wins for the first time as a part-time driver since 1987, when Davey Hamilton and Tim Richmond were able to accomplish that feat. Reporting at Indianapolis Motor Speedway, I'm Dave Griffiths.
All right, Dave, thank you. In other sports news, Super Bowl 62 will be in Atlanta in 2028. This will be the fourth time the city has hosted a big game. They hosted twice at the Georgia Dome in 1994 and in 2000, and once at the Mercedes-Benz Stadium in 2019. This season's Super Bowl will be played at Sophie Stadium in California, and this is going to be on Valentine's Day.
And it's going to be hot and humid with a few storms around. We do have a heat advisory for tomorrow as well, but then we're going to change the tables will turn as we go into the end of the week. We're actually going to see some lower humidity, but we could be back to some rain chances this weekend. I'll have your full Viper 6 forecast when we return.
You can't always choose the weather, but you can choose your weather app. Go with the most accurate and most trusted, the Live Viper 6 mobile app. Download it today.
What would life look like if pain didn't hold you back?
Austin and his team fought to the end. I'm so thankful that I found Austin. And that's very special.
It's the Hyundai Getaway Sales Event at Terra Lambert Hyundai, and your great escape starts right here.
Lease a new 2026 Elantra SE for just $84 a month. Or drive home a new 2026 Kona SE for just $99 a month.
Need a little more room? Lease a new 2026 Sonata SE for just $139 a month.
It's the perfect time to hit the road in a new Hyundai. Come talk to Terry.
At 5585 Jefferson Davis Highway in North Augusta, or shop anytime at TerraLambertHyundai.com. Always committed to quality customer service.
Keep up with the weather in your hometown with the Live Viper 6 Neighborhood Network.
The advanced power of Tempest weather stations allows us to give you real-time hyper-local data.
From your hometown throughout the entire CSRA.
Here's your current temperature is powered by Tempest. Most of us in the CSRA in the 90s, but as we zoom into Screven County,
Count on the Live Viper 6 Neighborhood Network, powered by Tempest, sponsored by Coleman Services. One name, two trades, no worries. Dog fans, mark your dogs. News Channel 6 and United Way of the CSRA teamed up to Stuff the Bus, collecting much-needed school supplies for local students. Thank you for giving your best this school year. We couldn't do it without your support. Good Morning Augusta, weekday mornings on News Channel 6.
Now, your most accurate forecast with WJBF Live Viper 6.
Welcome back. I hope you enjoyed the weekend. It was actually much drier than what was initially expected. Notice over the past 3 days, several places only picked up around a trace amount of rainfall, while other areas did see heavier downpours. So, for example, northeastern Burke County up to over 2 inches of rainfall. So some places saw those heavier downpours, just like what we're seeing now on Live Viper 6, while the majority of the CSRA is dry. But I'm watching this area over in the western portion of the CSRA. We have some pockets of heavy rain, some frequent lightning as well. Warrenton, you're seeing heavy downpours. And the special weather statement that I was showing you at the top of the show has now expired. So luckily that storm is at least weakening, but it's moving very slowly at around 10 miles per hour. So it is dumping a lot of heavy rain. But this is our Terry Lambert Hyundai Skyview Cam, some cloud cover over at SRP Park looking over the river. We're sitting at 89 degrees, feeling like 99 though, and that's because of dew points in the 70s, and winds are pretty light today. So notice all across the southeast we have a mix of 80s through 100s, 100 now in Oklahoma City, 102 in Little Rock. So definitely not as hot as it could be here in the CSRA. Now, not much going on overall. We do have this low pressure system to the south of us. Ahead of this cold front is where we're seeing a bit more scattered activity, but just your typical pop-up showers and storms for the rest of today. We will have the threat of damaging wind gusts, though. Microbursts possible today. It's not going to be widespread severe weather, and most of us will be dry. But notice the entire CSRA does have the threat of seeing those strong to severe storms. So here's your futurecast starting at 5 o'clock this evening, watching that activity in our western counties. Also, some of our southeastern counties could see some storms develop. And then this is going to continue to show storms developing through around the 9 o'clock hour tonight. There's a look at 9. And then once we get past that, the activity will start to fade away. And then looking ahead to tomorrow, we will have just a marginal risk for the northern half of the CSRA and then down into some of our southeastern counties. Saluda and parts of northern McCormick County included under that slight risk. But this is showing that most of the strong to severe activity will be staying outside of our viewing area. And we'll take a look at that in just a moment on our futurecast. But tomorrow is definitely going to be a hot day for all of us. It will be noticeably hotter than it was today. We do have a heat advisory from noon until 8 p.m. for the majority of our area for the heat index up to 108, and even the actual air temperatures will be back to above average. We're going to be up to 98 degrees in both Augusta and Aiken. So here's your day planner during the peak heating of the day. You can see we're at 92 by noon, feeling like 100, then up to 97 at 4 p.m. That heat index getting well into the triple digits. And then you can see as for our futurecast, we will see some sunshine tomorrow afternoon, completely dry throughout the majority of the day. It's going to be late Tuesday night where this cold front gets closer, where we could see a few storms, especially in our northern counties where we were seeing that risk of severe weather. But notice the majority of the activity staying around the Midlands and over towards the South Carolina coastline. Then on Wednesday morning, some cloud cover, a few light showers possible as well as this cold front starts to push down towards the south. Now on Wednesday, the threat of severe weather will be to the south of us. So Wednesday will be a mostly dry day as well. And this cold front will actually really be benefiting us. It will drop our temperatures a little bit. And with this northerly wind coming in, it will be bringing us some lower humidity. So notice we're going from 98 degrees on Tuesday down to 93 on Thursday. So we're not talking a significant cool down. But when you're at 93 degrees with dew points only in the 60s and some places maybe even in the upper 50s, that definitely will feel pretty nice for late July. So this is your 10-day forecast. As we go into the first weekend of August, we will see those rain chances go back up, 30% on Saturday, up to 50% on Sunday, and temperatures will be still a little bit below average, staying in the lower 90s even into next week, Sean.
Okay, sounds good to me.
Yeah, now it's time for another edition of Beyond the Forecast. Did you know that we have had more than one tropical system named Bertha?
I did not know that, Jenna. Here's meteorologist Miller Hyatt.
We just had Bertha, but it's not going to be retired because it wasn't catastrophic, which is great news. In the past, we've had Bertha as well, and those storms weren't catastrophic, which is why it has been repeating in this cycle. So look at all the tracks. These are all Bertha storms, and a few of those have made landfall in the United States. A total of 9 storms when you factor in this year's Bertha. And I'll have more details on the past systems named Bertha on my Beyond the Forecast blog. You can find that on WJBF.com/weather.
And because the 2026 version of Bertha wasn't a catastrophic hurricane, the name is safe from retirement once again.
And we'll have to wait until 2032 for it to come back. And we'll be right back.
Ready? To get the weather, you need to see the whole picture. That's why Live Viper 6 gives you the Skyview network. Get a live view of traffic and weather from all over the CSRA. Available online 24 hours a day at WJBF.com and the free Live Viper 6 mobile app. The WJBF Live Viper 6 Skyview network. Powered by Terry Lambert Hyundai. Low prices, big selection, and committed to quality customer service.
Join me next time for a fascinating look at the career path of consultant and podcaster Deanna Baker. After 3 decades as Senior Vice President of Apparel for Walmart, Deanna has a message for young women starting their careers. Tuesday at 12:30 on Jenny.
Ready, set, summer with the Honda Summer Event. From the most fuel-efficient full-line automaker in America. Visit your local Honda dealer today.
And check this out. A Tesla driverless taxi in Tampa was spotted going the wrong way. Drivers were seen swerving around it, which had stopped in the middle of the road because no one was behind the wheel. The company launched its robo-taxi service in Tampa last week, and this video was taken the very next day. Thankfully, no injuries were reported. Tesla has not commented. Well, that does it for this half hour. We have so much more coverage you can count on coming up at 4:30, including the appeals court ruling, blocking changes to the Affordable Care Act.
Nice job. Don't mind them. Oh, sign here? When you know it's the one. They're good. Get it at the big one. Lease a new 2026 Toyota RAV4 LE for $299 a month for 36 months with $42.98 to signing. Toyota, let's go places.
When you get approached from somebody about your
message. You can't always choose the weather, but you can choose your weather app. Go with the most accurate and most trusted, the Live Viper 6 mobile app. Download it today.
Be the first to know with the Live Viper 6 mobile app.
I think I'll take Cammy home.
Who?
Cammy. When you know it's the one. Get it at the big one. Lease a new 2026 Toyota Corolla LE for $199 a month for 36 months with $41.98 due at signing. Toyota, let's go places.
The Live Viper 6 Skyview Network, sponsored by Terry Lambert Hyundai.
The countdown is on. The midterms are now less than 100 days away. What both parties are doing as they ramp up and where President Trump is speaking today. I'm Olivia Rubin with those details coming up.
Plus, a preview of Tuesday's meeting as President Trump prepares to meet the leaders of Israel and Ukraine. Also, today marks 30 years since the bombing at the 1996 Olympic Games in Atlanta. The FBI shares what they've learned and what changes they've had. Your news at 4:30 starts now.
Live from Television Park, this is WJBF News Channel 6 at 4:30.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Dee Griffin. Thanks so much for joining us. Coverage you can count on begins with the countdown is on until the midterm election and control of both Senate and the House. Time now for first look at our weather with Chief Meteorologist Jenna Petracci. Jenna. Well, it's time now for first look at our weather with Chief Meteorologist Jenna Petracci. Jenna.
Well, Dee, it's mostly dry, but I am tracking some showers and storms in the western portion of the CSRA. Nothing too strong or severe at this time. You can see some light rainfall in Washington County near Davisboro, and then up near Stapleton and Rennes, we have some heavier rain and a couple lightning strikes. Heavy rain near Warrenton as well. We did have a stronger storm pass through Gibson earlier, but this is our Terry Lambert Hyundai Skyview Cam cloud cover here at Television Park, and winds are coming in out of this west. We're only at 6 miles per hour in Augusta, 5 in Aiken. And as for the temperatures, it is hot, but still below average for this time of the year. We're actually down to 89 in Augusta, 92 in Aiken. Wrightsville, you're at 92, 89 in Crawfordville, 90 in Waynesboro, and 90 in Lincolnton. But it is feeling about 10 degrees hotter than the actual air temperature, like 100 as it's the feels like temperature in Aiken, Edgefield, and down in Barnwell. So for the rest of our evening, you can see temperatures will be in the lower 90s. We'll have hit or miss showers and storms around. Sunset will be at 8:31. And as we look ahead here, rain chances will be limited over the next couple of days, but we could see a few storms primarily in the northern portion of the CSRA, and all of us will be very hot and humid. I'll have details on that coming up. Back to you, Dee.
All right, thanks so much. We'll see you in a few minutes. According to the CDC, this is now one of the largest foodborne illness outbreaks in the U.S. history. Elizabeth Schultze has more on what's...
It's a hot and humid start to the week with a few storms around, but we will see some changes as we go into the middle of the week. Lower humidity behind a cold front, but then we could have some rain chances again this weekend. I'll have the details coming up.
Keep up with the weather in your hometown with the live Viber 6 Neighborhood Network.
The advanced power of Tempest weather stations allows us to give you real-time hyper-local data.
From your hometown throughout the entire CSRA.
Here's your current temperatures powered by Tempest. Most of us in the CSRA in the 90s, but as we zoom into Screven County,
Count on the live Viber 6 Neighborhood Network, powered by Tempest, sponsored by Coleman Services. One name, two trades, no worries.
The 2026 spring and...
Your most watched local news is getting a big plus.
WJBF 6 Plus.
The CSRA's trusted news source, now on demand.
WJBF 6 Plus is ready when you are. Download it free today on your favorite streaming device.
Find the best in this...
9 Central, encore episodes of Celebrity Family Feud. Dave Portnoy and his Barstool Sports team go up against Team Cooper Flag. And Team USA Women's Hockey takes on Team USA Men's Hockey players. That's followed by your late local news, then Jimmy Kimmel Live, with guest host Tiffany Haddish and guests Allison Janney, Ali'i Carvalho, and Charlie Puth.
Injured? Call Austin Jackson, the Augusta guy.
I had never really been in an accident before. Austin Jackson's team, they explained everything.
I knew that he was taking care of the behind-the-scenes work, and that was like a heavy load off of me and my family.
As soon as I called Austin Jackson, I was assured that everything would be taken care of for me.
We take all the burden from the legal side off of our clients. We protect, we guide, and we assist the injured of our community after an accident.
On today's episode of Good Idea, Bad Idea, our topic is Term 6.
The CSRA's favorite news app is now even better, with easier access to local news, weather, and live streaming video. Download the News Channel 6 mobile app. Now, your most accurate forecast with WJBF Live Viber 6.
Welcome back. Here's a look at Live Viber 6. Most of the CSRA is dry on this Monday afternoon, but I am watching an area of showers and storms ranging from Warren County down to around Jefferson County. So this was stronger earlier, producing up to 40-mile-per-hour wind gusts, small hail, and frequent lightning. But now you can see we're really not dealing with any lightning. We have some heavy rain still to the south of Warrenton and to the south of Rennes, but that's about it for now. So here's our Terry Lambert Hyundai Skyview camo right outside the station. We do have some cloud cover that's keeping us a bit cooler today. We're at 89 degrees, but it is still humid. Dew points are in the mid-70s. It's feeling like 99 out there. And across the southeast, look at these temperatures. 100 in Oklahoma City, 102 in Little Rock. But a little bit cooler around our neck of the woods, at least for now. We will be heating up big time tomorrow. But right now on satellite and radar, just our typical pop-up showers and storms with a cold front to the south of us. Now for the rest of today, we are pretty much all under this marginal risk of severe weather for damaging wind gusts. So some storms could still develop over the next few hours and even produce microbursts, which would be some pretty strong wind gusts. But you can see here on our futurecast tonight at 5 o'clock, we just have some hit or miss showers and storms. So it's not going to be a washout, nothing widespread, but any storms that do develop could be pretty strong with those damaging wind gusts. Now, once we get to midnight, we are drying out, and it will be quiet going into our Tuesday morning. Now, Tuesday night is when we'll be under a marginal risk of severe weather from around Augusta and Aiken down to Barnwell, Bamberg, and Allendale, and even northern Saluda and McCormick counties are under a slight risk of damaging wind gusts. So that will be Tuesday night going into early Wednesday morning. But the main story on Tuesday will be the heat. From noon until 8 p.m., we have the possibility of a heat index up to 108 degrees. So a heat advisory is in effect for the majority of the CSRA, with our actual temperatures getting into the upper 90s, so 98 in both Augusta and Aiken. Here's your day planner for tomorrow. Actual temperatures getting into the lower 90s by noon, and at that point we will be feeling like 100 out there. You You can see it'll be the case through around 6 o'clock in the evening. So here's our futurecast. A quiet start to our Tuesday, just some clouds. We will have some sunshine, though, throughout the day, and then here comes the cold front. That'll bring some strong to severe storms along the South Carolina coastline, parts of the Midlands and the PD. But for us in the CSRA, I do think a lot of that activity will miss us. So still can't rule out some strong to severe storms Tuesday night, especially in our northern counties. But then by Wednesday morning, just a few light showers moving in. By the afternoon, our southern line counties can't rule out some storms, but most of the activity that would be strong to severe will then be to the south of us. So we're in a pretty good setup where we're not going to see a lot of activity from this cold front, but the front will drop our temperatures down from 98 on Tuesday to 93, back to near average on Thursday. And the big difference will be the humidity. Dew points are going from the 70s down to the 60s, and some of us could even be in the upper 50s for dew points. So we will have that lower humidity throughout the middle to end of the week. Then over the weekend, another system could increase our rain chances again, especially on Sunday, up to a 50% chance, Steve.
As long as it's dropping those temperatures.
Yeah, that'll be nice.
Thanks a lot. We'll be right back.
Your most watched local news is getting a big plus.
WJBF 6 Plus, built for the way you watch.
The CSRA's trusted news source, now on demand.
Live Viper 6 weather when it matters most.
Streamed at any time, anywhere.
Plus, it's totally free. No subscription required.
WJBF 6 Plus is ready when you are. Download it free today on your favorite streaming device.
For years, WJBF News Channel 6 and our partners have championed local families through our Children First campaign. Together, our mission has been to strengthen our community by uplifting children and their families across the CSRA. Count on News Channel 6 as we make a difference in the lives of local children. To learn more, visit WJBF.com/childrenfirst. WJBF News Channel 6's Children First is sponsored by Bridgestone.
You can't always choose the weather, but you can choose your weather app. Go with the most accurate and most trusted, the Live Viper 6 mobile app. Download it today.
Illegal bootleg copies of the Odyssey are popping up on social media and getting millions of views. Here's a preview of one of them. But there's more coverage you can count on coming up next 5, including challenges that may affect child safety. That and more next.
Follow News Channel 6 on Instagram.
A drunk driver comes down the road. I didn't